Roll call.
Holder.
Present.
Sutter.
Present.
Royster here.
Here.
Firth. Bixler.
Here.
Okay, item 3, approved minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Motion to approve, do we have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call.
Holder. He left. Sutter.
Present. Yes.
Royster, yes. Firth.
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes.
Holder.
Present. I already said it once.
No.
Okay,
Yes, I
you
did.
approved
Approval of the
them.
minutes.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay. Item number 4 is, does any member have any business that needs to be brought forth in executive session?
No.
Hearing none, we'll move to item 7. Item 7 is discuss any possible action regarding matters. Oh,
I can just give you an
Okay.
update. How about that?
yeah.
They're still, I have the signed leases. They agreed to our terms and everything. However, it was all contingent upon them meeting BNSF's environmental stuff, and that's what they're jumping through now. I put a call in yesterday to Jason and emailed him yesterday as well with BNSF. I haven't heard anything back on where they are. I tried to call Bill and he wasn't in the office either, so I do have a copy of what they submitted. I think I sent it out to all of you to ask if there was any feedback or comments from you guys. And I didn't hear of any, so I mean, they met with our terms. We're just waiting. It'll be effective whenever they get through with the NSF environmental process.
Okay. Any member have any other questions regarding item 7? Okay. Item 8 is to discuss any action regarding our water source for industrial use. Sonia?
I contacted them and received that they needed some changes on the application. I've already made those changes and resubmitted them to them. They didn't see them being an issue. He wanted to know when I wanted to make them active, and I told him to put them on hold until we were ready. That way our time wouldn't expire. There was no sense in the
Well, how long is it?
being ticking until, on the temporary is 90 days. And that's the approval on the temporary, and then the
And if
other
we
one.
build it in 90 days,
No, I would rather it not start until you guys are ready to.
Okay.
They won't start it until you're ready to start.
okay.
No sense in the clock ticking and then something come up and you guys not be able to do what you're needing to
Okay.
do. But he didn't have any other questions, so.
Okay. Any questions regarding that? Randy?
No, I mean, but during this dry weather, if we could start and do it and build a dam, are we good?
I just gotta call them and tell them to go ahead and make it effective.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I mean,
you-
that's
I'm
all.
just waiting for you to tell me when.
Okay,
Well, that 90 days, if we build the dam,
By then, we should get our.
well,
Okay.
but first off, is everybody good with that? I mean, or is that another item we need to wait another month on?
I think you guys have already determined that.
You do it.
I don't remember. I mean,
it's the
when I was here-
location,
Do what?
the location.
That
Got it.
was already outlined in the permit before we signed
Okay.
it.
And so will you have,
I mean, I don't want to do something we aren't supposed to, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at. I mean, is everybody good with building a dam down there that holds water that they
I
can
don't
suck
have all the
out of?
minutes, but I know that we already voted and approved.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, well then,
Yes.
Broke the chair.
It's broke, I can't get it down.
Will refresh my memory then, don't you have an engineer or something that,
Well,
In your
the
group,
CED's
yeah.
got an engineer and this and that, and we can talk to the, in RCS and
okay.
whatever. But I just, I can't remember past yesterdays or whatever, so I wasn't clear whether everybody was good with it.
Yeah,
I think the
Which
board
one
is,
That same would be good.
yeah.
I can't, like I said, I can't go back and look, but
Okay.
I can go back and find it for you,
I
where you
just-
guys already approved.
I mean,
Do it. We
if they
just
are,
have to do the
then
permit.
I'm good, and,
We've been just waiting on the permit part.
okay.
okay. Any board member have any other discussion concerning the water source? All right. Item number 9 is our renewal of the Martin Marietta lease. And she,
I left that on there simply because I didn't know if we needed some written documentation that they were exercising that renewal. I sent that to Ed, but I hadn't heard anything.
I reviewed that document, and it's my understanding from reading the document that if we don't renew it, then it's a month by month, they're a tenant carryover. If we renew the agreement, there's a clause in there that they can terminate it, or we can terminate it at any time upon giving 30 days notice. So I don't see an advantage from my standpoint, from a legal standpoint, that it needs to be renewed. They're going to be month to month. We can give our 30-day notice, or they can give their 30-day notice. It won't make any difference.
The initial term, let's see, should be automatically extended for 2 additional consecutive periods of 5 years each, the renewal terms, unless owner is notified by Martin Marietta in writing not less than 3 months prior to the expiration of the initial term. So, I mean, I guess I just wanted to know from you whether or not we needed a actual physical document renewal. Yeah, I don't know if you need to look at that.
That is,
Item 8.
I think I read 9, maybe. I didn't read this instrument.
so you're thinking we might just need to document that?
I don't know
This
that, I don't know
board
that we
and
do,
their-
I don't have that legal.
I'm not of
I
the
don't-
opinion from what she just read that we needed anything, that it was just extended
Just
Extended.
for the same, under the same terms that it was prior to. That was why it was originally written that way, so that nobody would have to do anything. It would just continue on unless they wanted to do something different.
We're not, we're not operating on those modified terms that we had, are we, still? So
No.
No,
Are we out from
we
under
are
that?
not.
Okay.
We're at the,
Yeah, when they kept, when they made their lease current, their payments current, then that removed that restriction.
that's,
I guess if we wanted to terminate it, we need to do it 3 months prior to the expiration. Expired on December 31st, 2017. So according to this, we're in the same terms and conditions for 5 years.
they notified us, and I let everybody know at the November meeting, I believe. And then at the December meeting.
So are they looking for some affirmation from us?
They're not asking for anything, I just am asking, wanted to make sure, and if we don't need anything, then that needs to come off the agenda.
Okay.
Just rolls.
Well, I would say that based off everything we've heard, that it won't need to be on the agenda at our next meeting then.
Okay.
Okay, item number 10. Todd, tell us about our RV park.
As I recall, I was just the member on the committee. Ed was actually the chairman, but maybe you guys had some sign language before. Mr. Sutter and I did visit the RV park this evening. It's very attractive. There's 6 spots down there, and it's mowed, and there's plenty of room for occupants. There's additional meter hookups there, and so I think we can, after examination, I think there's two parts to that. I think we need to draft some kind of an agreement with the commissioners that we will maintain that part, and then we need to draft some rental capabilities for the park. So we've done the first step, not steps 2 and step 3, so it's a work in progress, but we are working on. You agree?
I agree, and I'll be glad to draw the agreement. I think in one of the meetings, Randy said we should do it for 1 year for $1. And I think Shelley provided us some, maybe a legal descriptions where we think it's located. And we can bring that to the next meeting, and if this board approves that, and we'll maybe come up with a rate by the next meeting, maybe call Mance or see what they're getting and maybe reduce it to 50% or whatever. It is a nice area. Avard's got some distractions. There's some buildings that are falling down and roofs that are caving in. But that particular location is a pretty good road, and the ground is level. I think somebody dropped some rock right there, kind of where there's a low spot maybe. It ought to be leveled off. But I think we ought to put a little ad in the newspaper after we establish a rate and see if there's any interest.
Okay. Well, we appreciate both of you guys' efforts and your continued efforts. Item number 11 is any action regarding the dismantling or repair of the Clearspan building. We've had some continued discussion on that. It's continued to be on our agenda. So has any board member had any other thoughts since our previous meeting? We deposited the check. Right, Sonia?
Yeah. So,
From the insurance.
Yeah. It showed on the financial statement.
And I'm not
Yes.
saying that we have to make any decisions, obviously, tonight, but is there any thoughts in regards to where we need to go with that?
Just one opinion. We drove by it today. I guess I shared this with Todd in the pickup, that if somebody wanted to rent that, I'd be willing to spend some money on putting a cover on it. Right now, it doesn't look to me like it's hurting anything, but I would not recommend that we spend any money on it until we had a purpose. And I don't see that it's any harm's way or going to cause us any liability issues the way it is at the present time. But if John Doe came in, or that asphalt company said, we'll pay you $500 a month, I'd get hold of Todd Holder and say, find a skin for that baby and let's get it fixed up.
right now it can't be leased except for to that company.
We maybe could negotiate that if we've had somebody that really wanted it.
Oh, good. Okay, that's.
Well, okay. Any other member have any other thoughts?
I agree.
Basically, we're just gonna wait and see if, what's the asphalt company's name?
Venture.
Venture.
So somebody's gonna reach out to Venture and see if they want it for $500 a month, and then we'll reskin it. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, that's basically what you're, well, I don't know about that dollar figure where you came up
Was
with
that not what that, or was that just what?
Well, I
Whatever,
just,
I'm out.
is that in our
We need
lease
to
with
give,
them?
we need to give some kind of amount. We can't really call and negotiate and see if they want it, if we don't know what.
But I thought we were just gonna wait and see if they reached out to us.
Well, I think Ventures, yeah, I think Randy's indicated before, excuse me for interrupting, Chairman, but they, they're kind of at a standstill until we figure out where they're at on the state money.
Right.
And I think asking them to spend more money at this particular juncture is probably not a good idea. I think that they just turn us down. But as we move into summer and they start using the property, I think we could make the offer to them. It would be more advantageous probably for us to do that in fairer weather than inclement weather like it is now anyway. So I think we sit tight and
Well, I kind of remember too, is you're gonna kind of,
I haven't said anything to him.
Right.
I mean,
but
nothing
you
at all.
would have an
Yeah.
ear there in case they kind of had an interest.
My
in it.
only suggestion would be to tell them that, okay, you got enough insurance money to do half of it. And, I mean, I'd just be upfront with them and let them be the final call. I mean, Ed, does that sound reasonable?
At the appropriate time, whenever this,
I mean, anytime, I mean, I'd be upfront with them. I haven't said anything to them.
Okay, I think all that's good. You okay, Sonia, with?
and I don't know, Chairman, that I think that it needs to necessarily stay on our agenda each
That's
time
me.
to bring
I
it
want
up.
off.
Okay.
We can take it
Yep.
off and everybody knows it's there, everybody knows what their purpose is, and right now the thing is under lease anyway, so it's, effectively under lease.
Take it off.
So
Okay.
let's take it and.
So we're gonna take the Martin Marietta off and
And
this
the
off,
police, okay. Will do.
okay? Item number 12 is our finance report. You all should have copies. You got a copy, Randy?
Well,
No, but
I've got an extra.
Give Randy a copy.
County clerk, everything else is on there, how are they doing?
I mean,
The,
I've got extras.
the county clerk just gave me a sticky note that said the TIF money would be deposited tomorrow, and it's 58,000 and some change.
How much?
is that half of the time?
Shelley, is
Yeah,
that
that's
half?
probably.
Close to
It
half?
might be, yeah, it's close to
It's
half.
not more than 50%, is it, or is it?
I can't remember if it was 104 this year we were gonna do.
We talked about that last meeting, but.
Yeah. I can't
Roughly
remember
half.
exact- Yeah. Roughly half, so.
You don't know what you did with your sticky note? Because I'm pretty sure she did.
It's right there on Randy's sheet, you can read
58,000
it,
and
58,000.
Change.
So how much do we have in the bank now, Todd, if you look at that?
Well, now,
It's not obligated.
that's not obligated.
Yeah,
Right now, today, before that money is
deposit,
deposited, it's 98.
over there on the second page,
Yeah.
page 1.
There you go.
you can keep the sticky.
That's okay, I wrote it down, thank you.
89?
Yeah, 89.
Okay.
And the insurance claims, Todd, that's the money we just.
45,
Yeah.
204, 55.
Now, that's not part of that 89 though, is it?
Yes. No.
No,
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 it's set aside for
it's set
repair.
aside. I was
Yeah.
told that's how we wanted it.
So it's unencumbered, but it is encumbered. It's in the repair.
Insurance claims.
And it's on its own, so you know what it's for.
So where it says repair and maintenance fund, insurance claims,
Yeah,
that's where
That's-
that
that's
is.
where that
Those are
is.
two different totals though.
It's in the repairs and maintenance fund, but it's under its own subcategory of
Yeah.
insurance claims. And then there's the regular repairs and maintenance fund.
so the question is, when you ask how much money is in the bank, 401,
Yeah, there you go.
065, that's what's in the bank. What's unobligated is the,
That list
unencumbered,
up above it.
yeah, is the 89, 806, 662. And that 45 is not part of the 89 because we've earmarked it for repairs on the building. We
Right.
could move it out of that anytime we needed to. not completely encumbered, but it is earmarked. The others are, I would call encumbered.
Yeah.
Too complicated, I know, but it
I
It
really
makes
don't
sense to
know
make
how to
sure-
make it,
No, I get it, I know,
I
I'm
mean, I
not,
really
I'm not
don't.
dissatisfied with the way we're doing it, it's just, it's. Any other questions?
Any possibility of train carloads coming in January or February? We hauling some rock? You know, when, Randy?
I don't know. They called me in December and said, "Do we need to bring one in?" And I said, "No." And they said they'd rather wait till after January.
That's Venture or Mark Marietta?
Mark Marietta.
You know, Venture's not doing anything right at the moment.
Well, they are, but a lot of their rock is already,
There.
yeah.
They've got some pretty
Substantial
tall
pile.
stacks of rock. I don't know how, I couldn't have.
A lot of their rock is still over there in Mark Marietta's yard.
Is that right?
They've just purchased it or.
Well, they had it obligated before they made this lease.
So have they produced any asphalt to this point?
Yeah. They did 3 miles up on 370. They've got, well, I don't know how much they hauled out of Avard to do. They did the Highway 34 going to Coldwater, overlaid it. And they're still working in Grant County. That's their project over there, if you went east I-35.
Thank goodness I haven't. Is it coming from this plant?
I'm guessing a lot of it is.
Man, that's a long haul. Isn't it?
East of I-35 or west?
No, if you're going east to I-35,
Okay.
it's in Grant County. That the bridges and that stuff over there that they're, I think they're blacktopping is this week because of the weather.
Well, that's good news.
You know, I don't know how much came through Avard.
That's between the Waukeeta turnoff and Medford. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Move to approve the financials?
okay,
I'll second.
we have a motion and a second to approve the finance report. Roll call.
Holder,
Yes.
Sutter,
Yes.
Royster, yes. Firth,
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes. Item number 13, Sonia walking out the door.
Out the door.
Bob, why don't you give her a report for us?
Okay, blah, blah, blah.
I move we approve that.
Approved. I gave you a report, it's okay.
You got all I got, I think we're good.
Do you have anything you'd like to share with us at this time, Sonia?
Not at this time.
Okay. Does any member have any new business that needs to be brought before the board?
Oh, I lied. Back on the turkey hunt, that is in April,
Mhm.
and it is on your calendar, right?
Yes, it is.
We did invite the gentleman that, whose card I got from you, the
Okay.
transfer guy,
Uh,
and one from you. Anybody else have anybody to add on our lieutenant governor's invitation list?
I might, Sonia, but I asked him to provide me names and the contact information. And it's that ADM, they're a grain dealer.
Okay.
They might want a presence in Woods County.
Really?
They haven't confirmed that yet. Joe, do you know anything about that?
No, I haven't heard anything about that. I can do some nosing if you want me to.
Yeah, I'd like. It's a pretty good size outfit. Does it hurt the co-ops here? Or?
I would refer that to Joe. Are we talking about independent elevator, Ed, or what? I mean, I'm
Are
not
they
sure
talking
what
a
that
train loader?
is. That in conjunction
Hey.
with?
I would assume, just so you guys know what's going on in the grain business, anybody close to Enid right now, since they've built that large terminal in Medford, it's made CGB, ADM, and other regional elevators that were taking grain. They're losing grain fast and hard. They're not getting enough grain to keep their terminals going in Enid. So they're going direct to farmers and getting it shipped into Enid, providing trucks and getting it pulled through, which is creating a tremendous hardship on local elevators or co-ops trying to buy grain. Soybeans were just dang near impossible to buy this year. So, you know, that doesn't surprise me that they might be looking at something out this direction. I wouldn't know why they would go that far west and think they would go more on the eastern side of the county, but that's just me. I don't know. But I can sure enough, I know some people in ADM. I can sure make an inquiry or two, and I'll let you know.
Okay. The other thing is, I was told today that the Clean Line project has completely been put on hold in Oklahoma.
The what project, son?
The Clean Line,
That's the transmission.
that's the transmission from the wind turbines in Texas County.
Well, they just read an article.
And my question then, back to that question was, is that because of the wind catcher project, of which they helped? I mean, the words were said that they just took it out of queue. It doesn't mean that it won't ever happen, but it's not gonna happen right now. That's just FYI for you all.
Have you heard anything, Stan, on that? Why they would tabled it?
Well,
You know, the Oklahoma portion sold to Next Era,
Oh, I know those guys.
and
no, I don't know anything, Bob, specifically.
Okay.
Obviously, I could ask.
Paul knows around a little bit. I know the Next Era guys on the gas side, but they also know electric. So they sold it to them.
just the Oklahoma portion,
Okay.
but the whole project is on hold.
That would include wind catcher.
No, that's a separate project.
But I thought they were moving the electricity from the turbines in Cimarron to Tulsa.
That's wind catcher.
Okay, that's a different.
Oh,
That's a different.
Okay.
okay, that's what I was.
Clean Line is the one that was taking the power from
Oh,
out there, and it was
The
going
Panhandle.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
over to Tennessee,
Yeah.
Kentucky. So,
I move we adjourn.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Holder,
Yes.
Sutter,
Present.
Royster, yes. Bird.
Dixon.
Yes.